The bullseye is where we
93.
expect David Davies to be starting here.
135.
25 all ball will keep the shot alive for David Davies. Treble 20. To take him back to the bullseye. Jimmy Vansky is watching.
Game
And he's not going to like what he is seeing. What a finish from David Davies. Jimmy Vansky gives it the full appreciation.
Third leg,
but this is what we're talking about with David Davies. You can't
Game
write him off. He's going to stealthily go about his business. Pick up the first 2 points of the night.
Treble 20, what's the target? Vansky back for
6.
90 to level us up at
Jimmy
3 apiece.
require
It's not a
90.
given.
Looks a little loose. May just go for a lot of air on this. Stay completely out the way of the dart. Sensible play from Jimmy Vansky. A dart at the bullseye. What a dart, what a find, what a hit. Jimmy Vansky now becomes favourite once again for this game.
And he's got time, but how much time will he have? This is a great response once again from David Davies. Vansky can't find 66. Davies will be back for tops. Just taking his time. Big dart incoming for Vansky, and it's 66 found in 2 darts and a 4-3 win for Jimmy Vansky. David Davies was in control for much of the match, but Vansky rallied and came back to win 4-3 to the delight of his fans here at the Live Lounge. And you can just see the reaction. The Vansky army out in force here in Portsmouth. And there you can see the averages, just under 90 for David Davies.
Tom, you require 120.
Well, this is a break opportunity now for Tom Sykes.
Game shot in the second leg.
Opportunity cashed in for Tom Sykes. He did step it up yesterday, or it felt like he stepped it up yesterday in regards to the performance and the level of control he had over the night. He had a
54. Brian, you
First
require
match start
8.
come and gone for Tom Sykes, and a real chance here for Brian Raman. Should get at least 1 at the tops target. Well, it'll be double 10. Played it very safe.
70.
And just goes inside in frustration there for Raman.
Game shot.
Frustration will continue for Brian Raman as well. It was a game that from start to finish was dominated by Tom Sykes. Never really looked in too much danger there. Raman had an opportunity to extend the game, but he goes back to the back room to prepare for a game with Tommy Morris. But before then, we will be taking our attention back to Group 1.
140.
Much better here from Simon Whitlock. Leaves a double after 12, but David Davies has got a chance to get the job done and book his place in the semi-finals here. Oh, and it's on.
140.
You see Simon Whitlock look away there as if to say, as if.
40.
Just when I start finding, I'm not even going to get the opportunity.
Yeah, and that second one's wild, over for
20.
10s, and it's not going to go. So more
David, you
match
require
chances
24.
for David Davies.
Game shot and the match.
And double 12 is found by David Davies, and it's a 4-0 victory over Australian Simon Whitlock. And that victory there seals the fate of the group, and David Davies just geeing himself up very much within himself, but we did see more emotion from him in the match, and there you can see the averages.
And it's the combination finishes that you tend to find are more beneficial when you've just missed so many darts at the double, but we've got another.
150.
The missed match darts continuing to add up, and this would be painful should this go. It's not going to go. Brian Raman will come back. He's had 12 opportunities to win the match. Can he get it done this time?
Brian, you require 32.
And you heard the roar there from Brian Raman. Gets the job done in the end. Yes, copious amounts to win 4-0. That would have guaranteed him a place through to the finals, has to settle for a 4-1 victory in the end, and you can see visibly not happy because he's still going to be waiting on the result of the last match.
Jimmy, you require 81.
Yeah, that leaves him on the ball.
Yeah,
That was an almost perfect ball. Yeah, and I like that good
Second
sportsmanship
leg,
up there.
it's Jimmy to
12
throw
dart
first.
opening leg from Jimmy Vansky. It's a breaker
Game on.
throw, and Simon Whitlock finding himself once again in all sorts of bother.
Triple 20 for the ball. And that pretty much sums up
76.
Simon Whitlock's
Jimmy, you
night.
require 40.
You see the smile even more so because he hit the ball with the last dart, just missed the treble 20 in between, and Jimmy now looking for double 10.
Yeah,
Double
John,
10 is
second
pinned, and
leg,
you can
Jimmy Vansky.
hear that crowd support he's got here in Portsmouth.
And as far as the competition goes
Third
for
leg,
Simon
it's
Whitlock,
Simon
his
to the
night
reverse.
is over.
Game on. 130. Simon, you require 80.
Single 20 finds top, so double 10.
Yeah,
Double
John,
10
the
is
third
pinned,
leg,
and-
Simon Whitlock.
Nice little fist bump there by Simon Whitlock and a smile. First leg that he's
Fourth
got this
leg,
evening.
it's Jimmy. You require 110.
Game of Jenga. Seen that recently.
A very popular game, apparently.
Double 16 for the match, and double 16 is found for a 110 finish. It's a 4-1 victory for Jimmy Vansky, and that does guarantee that he goes through to the semi-finals, topping Group 1. Simon Whitlock just sending his applause out to the crowd, but he'll be going home, and it's Davies joining Jimmy Vansky in the semi-finals. We've still got one more group to tie up, Group 2. That'll be coming up rather soon, but look at the averages there. 100 average for Jimmy Vansky, and next Tommy Morris will be taking on Tom Sykes. Can't find a
51.
route through, and
Tommy, you require
this is well within the
106.
range of Tommy Morris. Yeah, that's in. Slight pause just to make sure, but
Yeah,
that
John,
is
second
definitely
leg,
in. And
Tommy Morris.
bit of a reaction coming from Tommy Morris.
Third
The
leg,
Tommy
it's Tommy
Morris
to the
party
reverse.
there, starting to believe, starting to get drawn in. Racing to a 2-0 lead, Tommy Morris. They've just lost his way,
98.
and he's going to have to stand and hope. Hope that Tom Sykes makes a mistake, of which he hasn't made too many of this
60.
week.
Tommy required 20.
No, and even if he does, that visit of 60 leaves him only just on a finish.
Game shot of
He's not
fourth
going to
leg,
get a
Tom
chance,
Sykes.
and 2 apiece between the pair, but that second leg does guarantee Tom Sykes
Fifth
goes
leg,
through
it's
to the
Tommy
semi-finals.
first. Game on. Tommy requires 66.
Tops for 4-3, and
26. Tommy require
just
150.
shoots high, and a chance here for Sykes on the 150. And double 18,
114.
that wasn't far away.
Tommy require 40.
Should have taken that finish out already this week. Unable to double up.
Game shot and a match.
Tommy Morris is
Tommy
able
Morris.
to get over the line. He does depart us, but he departs us with a victory. The damage was done in the first game for Tommy Morris. He went down by 4 legs to 1 to Brian Raman. He needed a score. He wasn't able to get it, but he does beat a big favourite and a weekly winner in Tom Sykes.
140. Jimmy
So
requires
he's got to hit him hard,
107.
Brian Raman, and try and get a breaker throw from Jimmy Vansky. Jimmy's having none of it. Jimmy is not offering any opportunities or ways in. He's saying to Brian Raman, if you want that early breaker throw, you're going to have to earn it, and to earn it, you're going to have to be around about the 12 dart mark.
It's a perfect example of how
Jimmy to throw first.
easy
Game on.
in this short format the complexion of a match can change, because one dart, Jimmy Vansky could have been a breaker throw, 2-0 up. Now we're at 1 apiece, all on darts, and still absolutely everything to play for.
43. 140.
It was one of those darts that seemed to be a mile away there for Jimmy Vansky, that last one, but it just clattered the flight on the way in. No collision on that occasion. The only collision there was with the treble 20. 9 darts thrown. Jimmy Vansky. Earlier on we said, where's his power scoring? Here it is.
Double 16 once again. Double 16 found for Jimmy Vansky.
You can hear an awful lot more right now. Jimmy Vansky, a maximum visit there on the 19s.
Absolutely beautiful. And Brian Raman now getting very involved with the crowd, and they're loving every minute.
Looked so inviting, didn't it? Dart 1 sat beautifully there. The only danger there was that he hit the bullseye with dart number 2.
We saw the 1-2-5 to level up the match before. Will we see the 1-4-1? Double 12.
117. Jimmy requires 64.
Was that the last potential act of defiance from Brian Raman? Double 8. Replacing the final. That's kicked. That's awkward. You feel he's got to go low.
56.
The danger there was trying to play around the flight.
Couple
of match darts now for Jimmy Vansky, and Brian Raman comes back to the hockey to take us to a last leg shootout.
Yeah, the last leg shootout, it is 3 apiece. Not much split between these pairs. Brian Raman has afforded more chances here.
Jimmy required 20. Game shot.
And it is Jimmy Vansky that gets across the line in the end, 4 legs to 3 over Belgium's Brian Raman. Brian disappointed and frustrated at the end, but Vansky very consistent throughout and emerges victorious in the end. He is the first person through to tonight's final. Back he goes to the practice room to get ready for said final. And here you see the averages. There was a gulf in the averages between the two, 92 for Jimmy Vansky.
We've got a familiar face returning to the Super Series, a Super Series graduate, if I can call you that, Adam Lipscombe. Welcome back.
Cheers, mate.
PDC Tour card holder now, and already a Pro Tour finalist. How's it all going?
Oh, yeah, really well, mate. Yeah, thank you. It's really good. Do miss coming down here, but yeah, it's been really well at the moment.
The local player, of course, from Portsmouth, so it's on your doorstep. Great to have you here tonight. Talk us through winning that tour card and how life has changed in such a short space of time.
Yeah, it's all been a bit of a whirlwind, really, yeah. But Q School's a bit up and down. Went home, like I say, a lot of people knew, and then Dave Pallett pulled out, went back, pulled it out of the bag somehow, and then yeah, I didn't think I'd ever get a tour card this year. I thought I'd just play Challenge Tour with a bit more modus and stuff and ADCs, and then yeah, got a bit lucky, and then played well, but yeah.
Some story, isn't it? Sort of filling in as reserve player, and then a couple of months later, you're playing Gary Anderson in a Players' Championship final.
To be fair, I didn't expect to even get to the final, but I played well that day, and I knew it just shows you what I can do. And then yeah, played really well all day, and then yeah, I didn't expect to get to the final. A lot of people that I spoke to as well is I've never been to a final, and then yeah, sort of found my feet a little bit, sort of like how can I say, like adjusted to it all, sort of thing. Yeah.
You had a great run here as well at the end of the year, winning your week at the ADC Global Championship, then reaching the final in the grand final. What has, not just that, but this place in general, how much has that helped?
Oh, massively. Like I was put on Facebook straight away as soon as I got my tour cards, but I said born in Portsmouth, made in the Motor Super Series, but it's helped me a lot, and like I said, the confidence and everything, getting to the final, winning the night against Andy, and then getting to the Global Championships against, ADC Globals against Devon. It sort of gave me a lot of confidence, and I thought I feel really good going to Q School, and I was like, hopefully next year come back here, win a week, get to Champions Week, and then won a tour card, yeah. So yeah, it was a bit of a mixed emotions at first, but yeah, I'm glad.
Yeah, so still here as a spectator. What have you made of it this evening?
Oh, it's brilliant, yeah. So it's packed tonight, isn't it?
Yeah, great stuff. Jimmy Vansky is always popular. You were just saying off air, you kind of expected him to make it through. Yeah,
I did expect Jimmy to make it through. I'll come down to support Tommy tonight and Simon, and Yeah, Jimmy was here as well, and I said Jimmy would be in the final, and then be Davies versus Sykes now, so that'd be an interesting game.
Any thoughts on which way you think it'll go?
I think it'd be Sykes and Vansky final. I like Tom, and I like Davies as well, but yeah.
And as for you, any ambitions this year?
Just keep plodding along, mate, yeah. Hopefully keep plodding and get into, hopefully, some majors and stuff. I like being on TV, so yeah, it'd be good.
Well, you should have told us you were coming. Red carpet will be rolled out next time.
Hopefully, yeah. I just got treated badly.
Always welcome. Good luck with everything. Thanks for talking to us.
Thank you, Chris.
That's Adam Lipscombe, now a PDC Tour card holder, of course. What was the tagline again? Say it down the barrel of that camera. Born in Portsmouth.
Made of the Moda Super Series.
There we go. Brilliant. Right. Well, he's played on that stage plenty of times, and we've got 2 more semi-finalists about to do the same.
Tommy require 142.
Oh, beautifully taken 1-4-2 there for Tom Sykes to go 2-0 up.
To be a leg away from the final.
David, you require
Davies
120.
will want a dart at tops himself to get that. He needs to find the treble. Oh, he does. This for a breaker throw. Tom Sykes is nodding along. He thinks it's going to go. It doesn't. That favourite target again of David Davies lets him down.
20.
And again, just showing us exactly what it means to him right now.
Is that a good marker?
10.
Felt like it was, but
David,
it's
you
not to be. And it's another
20.
chance here for David Davies, and it is a break chance.
Game shot of
This time is taken. The tops might not be working, but the 10s most certainly are.
We'll be expecting 2 darts at his favourite.
Yeah, shake of the head. It fell out the board. It was in the treble 5.
34.
That's all Tom Sykes
David,
can
you
muster.
require 60.
The damage is done. Can he cash it in?
Game shot.
David
over.
Davies upsets the
David.
script. We've all been saying that it felt like Tom Sykes, Jimmy Vansky was going to be the final tonight. David Davies had other ideas. Tom Sykes missed opportunities, just 2 from 11 at the outer ring. And David Davies cashes in and punishes all the mistakes there for Tom Sykes. Beautiful setup play there for Jimmy Vansky. That's what he'd have wanted before he stepped up to the hockey, not going the 19s route. Very well aware of the game situation. David Davies not able to take out the 197, so Jimmy
57. Jimmy
use it as a setup play
40.
with the potential bonus of the checkout. Same target as for David Davies.
Game shot on the second leg. Jimmy Vansky.
A really quick walk to the hockey there for Jimmy Vansky, retrieving
Third
that
leg.
tops.
It's David to throw first.
And look at the averages.
Game on.
Couple of
Smack bang in the middle of the board. It's not going to go. David Davies will come back.
119. David, you
Favorite
require
target, 3
40.
darts for 3 legs to be a leg away for a breaker
Yeah,
throw.
shot
It's
of
all
leg.
about
David
David Davies. He is a leg away from another Super Series title. To win another Super Series title. Double 16.
Is that a good guide?
60.
He will be back and he's got time now just to gather his thoughts, just to get composed. This is an ideal situation. Doesn't matter what Jimmy Vansky does, he cannot stop David Davies having 3 more match darts.
David, you
Almost a
require
smile of
32.
resignation there by Jimmy Vansky. Hits the maximum, but it is all academic. 32 required for David
Yeah,
Davies, and
shot.
32 is
Another
pinned.
Super Series
David
exact
Davies
champion,
falls to his
David
knees.
Davies.
He is a 4-1 victor in the final. He picks up another weekly title. Great sportsmanship in the end from the pair, and now you can see the release, the emotion from David Davies. He is your Series 10 Week 10 champion and will be returning for Champions Week.
It's been a fantastic week, a fantastic night, rounded off with a fantastic final. But it is time to crown your winner. Please give a huge round of applause to your Week 10 champion, David Davies. One more time, your Week 10 champion, David Davies.